Sunny St. John's.
Yes, it is. I'm a morning person now. That is a thing. It's Monday, Sunnies. Hope your coffee is stronger than your will to answer emails because we've got a show that's caffeinated, chaotic, and slightly over it.
Oh, but wait. I want to know how's everybody's weekend. I want to know where the Sunnies are watching today. So roll call, Boo. Tell us where you're watching from. And while you do that, my Boo, Meredith, is going to tell us about the lab.
Powered by the Lab St. Augustine, where innovation meets imagination, a full-service digital studio turning ideas into impact. Right here in the heart of downtown. Lights, sound, magic, and your next big thing, all under one roof.
Yeah, that's the lab, where our story starts. Hey, you guys got to text the word Sunny. We've been doing this all week, but some of you out there didn't finish the prompts all the way, so text SUNNY to 904-227-4422, and you can stay connected to all things Sunny.
All right. Sunny St. John's can be found on Instagram at sunnysaint.johns, Facebook, Sunny St. John's, one word, and Titty Talk, sunny.saint.johns.
All right. So grab a coffee, and how's your weekend? How did it go over the weekend?
We had a really great weekend. We did. It was
Sell it to me here.
Fantastic. So Friday, Baby Bird, a.k.a. Matthias, my oldest, drove up with his team. They went to UNF for a track meet.
Oh, okay.
College track meet. He's a pole vaulter.
Okay.
And so we got to see him. The kids came, so everybody got to give a hug and say hi. And we watched him double PR, which means set a personal record.
Amazing.
So he jumped and he hit 16.1 3/4.
Wow.
Okay.
That's really high.
That's amazing.
It's very high.
Right?
I realized how high it was when we were driving under an overpass and it said 15 feet. And I sort of freaked out because I realized how high that was.
Yeah.
And then when he started jumping over that, anyway, it's a minor heart attack every single time he jumps.
I was going to ask you, how is it as a mom watching this and watching your son in this sport, right? Because it's not an easy task to get all the way up there.
No, and here's the thing. So after he clears this massive PR, he has to go up to a bigger pole. That's what she said. And the bigger pole, so these are heavier poles, they're longer poles. That's what she said. And so he is getting ready to jump on this pole and he gets down into the pit and his hand slips. The pole cocks back, hits him in the face.
Oh.
He gets off the mat, nose is gushing blood.
I can't.
Cuts his finger.
I'm done.
What's it called?
Athletic trainer?
Medic.
Okay.
The medic. Athletic trainer comes over, wrapping him up, shoving the tampons up his nose.
Oh, it's a thing. They really do that.
Yeah,
They
it
do
works.
this. Yeah.
Does it?
Yep.
Okay.
This kid gets back on the runway and does it again.
Wow.
He didn't clear the bar, but he got back on the horse, as they say, and tried to, jump again. Then we got word Sophia tested a very high 4 on her state testing. She was 1 point from a 5.
Okay.
Yes,
She did great.
kids.
You had every faith in her on this,
I
right?
did. No, she did great. She did wonderful. So it was a great weekend for the Masony clan. What did you do?
Oh man, well of course I was on a bike for most of the weekend and working on shows, but I had the pleasure of hanging out with Stephanie from Flashes and Brilliance. And look, we got our Team Sunny bracelets on. Mel got one too. Yay! She made us bracelets, which was super special. And so we were like little elves in the studio over the weekend and planting little surprises for this week, because it's going to be the best week ever. I'm so excited to be here, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so let us know what you were doing, Sunnies, this weekend. I'm assuming there was sports events and travel tournaments involved, because that's what you do as a parent. But let us know what you were doing. So good morning, grab your tea, your helmet, and maybe a snake bite kit, because we've got everything today.
We're talking fancy tea parties, rabid coyotes, Michelle Williams getting air rage whiplash, and some Gen Zers who turned college rejection into cake.
Yeah.
Icon behavior.
That's right. Plus, a Florida man who's basically a walking anti-venom ad, a dramatic e-bike crash that'll make you want to bubble wrap your teens, and a cabbage field plane landing.
So yeah, sip carefully. It's chaos with finger sandwiches, and we're serving it all right now.
That's right. We're going to tell you how Michelle Williams went from Destiny's Child to airport rage survivor. Spoiler alert, the flight crew did nothing Not even a B-list apology.
Ooh, child. When we're off at a Hastings, we're at Tea Party is giving Bridgerton vibes, and your mom deserves it.
That's right. We've also got coyotes on a rabies bender, teens frosting their trauma, and a Florida man whose blood could cure venom because science said, let's get weird, people.
All that, plus a symphony with snacks and cabbage, and an incredible interview today. Stay tuned. We're just getting steeped. The Bailey Group. They're ready for anything, too. They're an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. The Bailey Group is here to guide you every step of the way. Under the leadership of my buddy, President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency to a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with a focus of an individual health and life insurance. Look, I'm going to tell you, Mayor, the Bailey Group is the place to be. If you have any questions, they're amazing.
She's bold. She's gold. Sunnies. Meet our mom of the week, breaking every mold. That's a terrible pun. I'm so sorry.
We are honored to nominate our dearest friend and powerhouse, Chief Jennifer Michaud of St. Augustine Police Department for Mommy Dearest Monday. We love this lady. Jennifer is the kind of woman who leaves an unforgettable mark on her family, on her friends, and on the community she serves with heart, integrity, and honor.
Oh, that's amazing. Jen has raised an amazing son, Jeremy, teaching him to live life to the fullest with an excellent balance of respect, honor, integrity, generosity, and an incredible work ethic. During the last couple of months, Jen has also been caring for her mom while continuing to lead an entire police department with grace, grit, and humility. The weight she carries would crush most, but she handles it with purpose and poise.
Yeah.
I love that.
Being a police chief is a monumental achievement on its own, but being a female police chief in today's world, that is legendary work. We've watched her rise, protect, guide, and nurture both as a mother, as a daughter, and as a leader. She's loyal, she's selfless, she's fierce, and she's ours. We're endlessly proud to stand beside her and cheer her on, and not only as the chief, but as an extraordinary woman, mom, and friend. She makes us all want to be the best human that we possibly can be, and that was nominated by Patty, Kathy, Christina, and Kim. Big shout out to my boos out there. So excited. We love you. Love you, Chief Michaud. Yes.
And don't forget, she wins.
Oh, yes. A signature facial at Panache. That's going to be so excited. So, yeah, Chief Michaud, call up Panache and make your appointment. They're waiting for you, and you get a little bit of dazzling, sparkling effects for the facial that you're about to have. It's going to be awesome.
Chief, be ready. The facial comes with ice balls.
Yeah. That's true. That was very relaxing.
Ice balls.
Yes.
It's nice.
Everyone loves balls.
Everybody loves balls.
It's nice. It's
nice.
Happiness.
It's nice. All right, guys, let's get into the hot shopping deals for today. They are deals that steal, prices that are unreal. Sunnies, let's find treasures our wallets can't feel. Today's day is Winn-Dixie. If you're going to get some produce, they have russet and red potatoes on sale, California strawberries, southern blueberries. They have a draw, if you will. The Vidalia onions, Dole salad kits, which are great. I love those because when they go BOGO, you got to stock up. Grocer veggies, meats and seafood. They got bone-in, center-cut pork chops, Jimmy Dean bacon. Hey, Hillshire Farms smoked sausage. Remember those little sausages?
I do.
Little sausages you put in the crock pot with a little BBQ, a little tangy.
Yeah.
You do that and then regret it later. Smithfield marinated pork loin. It's tender, people. The loins are tender. And the center cut ham, also from Smithfield. They've got a St. Louis style dry rub rib on sale. Oscar Mayer beef or turkey for those kids' lunches. Fisherman Wharf shrimp. And God, we were just talking about this.
Yep.
Boston Market dinners or bowls are on sale.
Wow.
I didn't know
Market.
this. I thought they were totally out of business.
Yeah.
We drove past a Boston Market the other day. I was so sad. I wanted to go in for some of that sweet potato casserole. They were shut down.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
The brick and mortars.
The brick and
The brick and
mortars.
mortars. Yeah.
I used to love me some Boston Market.
Yeah, it shows.
It's
All
all
right.
about that side platter.
Yeah, the side platter. If you need items for your pantry, they've got Crisco on sale. Your arteries will not thank you. Cheez-It crackers, Kellogg's Club crackers, and Blue Diamond almonds, which I absolutely love. Pepsi products are on sale. Gross. Coca-Cola is buy two, get one free, though. 7-Up Sprite, Sparkling Ice, Mott's Apple Juice, which goes way too fast. My kids still love apple juice.
Oh, really?
Love it.
Yeah.
Cranberry
You ever tried the
juice.
Martinelli's apple juice?
That's
Yes.
the best.
That
Yeah.
is the best.
In the little
Way
apple
better.
jar.
Way better. If you
Like
need juice boxes for those lunch boxes, they do have High C on sale, as well as Kool-Aid jammers and Bang energy drinks. Ask your cardiologist first.
True.
All right, kids eat free. Free meals, big deals. Sunnies, here's where your tiny hands, not yours, your kids, weirdo, get the biggest steals. Your pie, kids eat free. Dine in only, 7-inch pizza and a soft drink. Plus they get a gelato. You're going to be a champion tonight, a hero. Cantina Louie, kids eat free with an adult purchase. Island Wing, kids meal with an adult meal, and 1/3 Asian, which I'm super confused about why it's named that. Does
It's
anybody
probably
know?
like an
Oh,
Asian.
it's one of those
Fusion?
fusion
Yeah,
places.
yeah, sort of. Yeah,
So
like
not-
P.F. Chang's has a little bit
Got
of
it.
fusion.
P.F. Chang's.
Got it.
Oh,
All right,
salty.
Davey, time for that music report.
All right, strum it, drum it, hum it down, oh Lord, Sunnies. Here's the music report to make you so proud on this Monday, May 5th. We've got 12 o'clock p.m. We've got Jim Lamb at the Milltop Tavern. And at 1, we've got Zaza Flamenca at Pierre's Pub. Oh, this is it's one hell of a lineup. 1 o'clock today, we've also got Yale and Gabriel at Pierre's Pub. They'll be playing until 5 p.m. That'll be great. 2 o'clock is Edwin Barbosa at Bin 39, our booze. He'll be playing till 5 p.m. as well. 4:30, we got Joshua Tennessee Worthy at the Milltop Tavern. He'll be playing until about 8:30 p.m. And then you can also check out Kevin Edwards at Hurricane Grill and Wings. He starts at 5 but ends his set around 8 o'clock p.m. We also have the legendary Bob Patterson at O.C. White's Restaurant starting at 5 and he'll end at 9, so that's one heck of a set. We also got Stu Weaver at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill at 6 o'clock p.m. That is our local music report today. Meredith, we've got some very special guests today over on the couch. Who's joining us today?
Yeah, we are so excited to welcome 2 incredible change makers to Sunny St. John's. You guys are our first couch interview. So there you go. Kate and Joy from Port in the Storm Homeless Youth Center. This is a place where hope lives, where youth in crisis can find shelter, support, and a path forward. Joy, give us a quick intro. What is Port in the Storm, and who are the youth you are serving?
Okay, so St. Augustine Society, Inc. Is the nonprofit organization that operates St. Francis House, Port in the Storm Homeless Youth Center, SOS Street Outreach, and the soon-to-be Goff Family Center.
Oh.
Yes, so we'll have to come back and talk about that one.
Oh, I'm totally ready to
So
talk
excited.
about that.
Yes.
But
So Port in the Storm Homeless Youth Center serves 18 to 24-year-old homeless youth here in St. Johns County. Everything from life skills to dealing with heavy topics like suicide and things like that, and providing shelter, all while helping them try to find permanent housing.
Joy, I had no idea that there was homeless youth out there, and there's an organization that really helps with this situation.
We're the only emergency homeless youth center between Jacksonville and Daytona.
Amazing.
We serve all of
Wow.
St. Johns County, and there are hundreds of homeless youth here.
Oh
in our
my
community.
gosh.
Yeah, as a former public school teacher, I can attest to knowing about this situation and the fact that you guys are serving such a huge area is amazing. It's absolutely wonderful. So let's see. And Kate, for people who don't realize the scale of, oh wait, you guys just answered that. How many?
We have 24 beds, and we have no less than 32 every night.
That's awesome. Kate,
Yep.
you have a big event coming up, right?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what is this gala?
So it's the Keys of Hope Gala. It's going to be on June 28th, and we're having it at the Ancient City Farmstead, which is an absolutely phenomenally beautiful property for people that have been up there for different things. Everybody is kind of screaming about how amazing this property is.
Super cool.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Their new barn is air conditioned, which perfect for a June event.
I will be there.
I think everybody's kind of looking for air conditioning during that time of year. And so the goal is to raise funds to benefit the youth at the Port in the Storm shelter. And we're going to have a silent auction. We hope to have a live auction. We are going to have a signature key raffle.
What's this about?
So we will be raffling off actual keys, and those will unlock one of them will unlock a box that has a treasure trove of prizes in it. The goal being, I want these prizes to be things that are really unique, really interesting, things that will really kind of resonate with people as well. So
I love that. That's amazing.
So let's say that somebody can't come, but they want to support this event. How can they donate to this amazing charity, this amazing event that's coming up, or just to your day-to-day in helping the youth in our area?
So there is a website for the event. They can go on the website. I'll give you guys the link. They can go on the website, make a donation. If they have a business in town that they want to donate something for our live auction or our silent auction, they can do that there as well. So the website really kind of encompasses any way that you want to give back and you want to, be a part of this
What
gala.
kind of things are you looking for? Are you looking for unique items, right? Services and, things
Services, something, if you have a business, we really want to partner with local businesses. So anything that really showcases your business, and things that are really, my goal is uniqueness.
Yeah.
And so things that are really unique and things that people will really enjoy and come back to your business for.
Awesome.
Is ultimately my
now,
goal.
Can businesses decide whether they're going to be in the treasure box versus whether they're going to be in the auction part? Or is that like you guys are going to pick that one?
It's probably going to be something that we kind of look at everything after we've kind of gathered everything for the gala and decide, okay, how do we want to make this treasure box the most valuable and, the biggest kind of moment.
Right.
So,
But as you were asking, if they're not able to attend the event, the silent auction will be, you can bid online.
Great.
Yep. So you don't
Really?
even have to be there. The bidding process should open probably about a week before the event, so you can get in there and start bidding. And you don't even have to be there. But we of course want people to be there because you do have to be there for the live auction and the key raffle.
Okay.
And the live music and the amazing food by Bronx House Pizza, which will be way more than pizza because Bruno at Bronx House is amazing. He's an amazing chef.
Brand new, right?
Brand new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually they're opening one in Palencia,
Great.
and the venue is right next to
That's
Palencia.
what's going in there.
Yep.
I've driven past it and trying to figure it out, and there's all the scuttlebutt. That's a Farmer's Almanac
Very
word.
nice.
So I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that you guys. This is exciting. So I did also hear there'll be dancing.
There will be.
Wow.
They
What
have
if
a
you
beautiful dance floor.
Yeah.
Ancient City.
What if you have two left feet? Do we have dance instructors there? Because you know me, I can only box step with a tube of chapstick. and a
That's
dance
okay.
belt.
I'm going to show you how to dance
Okay.
at the event.
Wonderful.
So make sure to get your tickets, guys, and we will post the link for that on our YouTube. If you're not following us on YouTube, why? Get over there now and do that. So the Keys of Hope Gala is your chance to dress up, dance it out, and change the future for some truly deserving young people. Kate and Joy, thank you both for coming and spending time with us. This is obviously an amazing organization that you guys are a part of, and we want to be a part of it too. So we appreciate you coming and sharing that with us.
Thank you for having us, and we couldn't do it without you all and our amazing donors.
yeah.
Hope to see you there.
Yeah, so we got to make sure that everybody shows up and shows out for June 28th. That's going to be an amazing event. I mean, if Joy and Kate are on it, it's going to be absolutely a celebration all the way around. I'm very, very excited. And I'm excited about this next story. We have a very haughty tea party happening in Hastings. I know our friend Colleen over at the Spice and Tea Exchange is involved with that. It's going to be super amazing. Once you put your foot on the pedal, we can... Get a little bit further here. Put down the baseball cap, Karen. Haughty tea in Hastings is calling it. It's not taking fashion by prisoners.
That's right. Big hats, tiny sandwiches, and enough floral print to make your grandma jealous. Bring your own doily.
Hey, if you ever wanted an excuse to wear a hat so dramatic it has its own backstory, this is it.
Steeped in community, a fancy hat tea party is taking over Chocolate. Did I say that right?
Chocolates.
Chocolate in Hastings on Saturday, May 10th from 11 to 1. And it's the Mother's Day glow up we all deserve.
And for $45, you get finger sandwiches, fresh scones, buttery shortbread, and spice and tea that's hotter than your Aunt Linda's family gossip. Plus, all proceeds support local community projects. So technically, it's charity couture.
I love that. Buy a ticket for mom, Nana, or just bring yourself and your favorite fascinator. Bonus points if your fascinator requires wind insurance, you're going to want to wear it. Tickets are at the link in our show notes, or just Google like a grown-up.
Oh, that sounds fun, because nothing says community impact like wearing a bird cage on your head and pretending like you love chamomile.
I do love chamomile.
It is relaxing, very relaxing.
I do
yes.
love a good cup of chamomile tea.
Yeah.
All right. Dust off your pearls and prep your pinkies, because Mozart and macaroons is coming in hot.
Ooh, and by hot, we mean emotionally stirring music and dangerously dainty tea sandwiches. Let's dive in. Okay, Sunnies, mark your calendars and your symphony-loving souls. First up, Tokoi Creek High School is transforming into a concert hall on Friday, May 9th at 8 o'clock p.m. Think symphonic magic, dramatic strings, St. Augustine Orchestra, and enough emotional swells to rival the end of a Nicholas Sparks movie.
Ugh. I mean, yes for the music, no to Nicholas Sparks. Flip the vibe on its head with a charming afternoon tea at Anastasia Catholic Church on Saturday, May 17th at 4. It's giving Bridgerton core vibes, live music, hot tea, light bites, and probably one guy who claps in between movements.
Oh, very nice. Whether you're a classical connoisseur or just the aesthetic, both events are your chance to soak up some serious culture without leaving St. Johns County.
And this is also
Spice and Tea.
Spice and Tea event.
Yes, shout out to Colleen.
Yeah, tickets are live now at staugustineorchestra.com. So go get classy and Sunnies.
I love that.
All right, so
What's your favorite? In the comments, let's have the Sunnies put their favorite party hat, or what's the craziest, biggest hat they've worn to a tea party or a party.
Ooh, I like it.
Let's see what they got.
I wore my first fascinator to a Kentucky Derby themed party several years ago. I didn't own one.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think I give off fascinator vibes, but my friend Katie Cote, I didn't even know what the word fascinator meant.
Oh, yeah?
And she was like, don't worry, I've got you.
Yeah.
So she got me a
Oh, wow.
fascinator, and it was big.
It was
But
fascinating.
It was fascinating.
I was just about to say, it was fascinating,
It
wasn't
was.
it?
All right, Sunnies. Well, we have the best coffee spot for you. Like, if sunshine had a flavor, this would be it.
And a reminder, even in the chaos, there's always beauty in the ritual. From bean to brew, it's all about heritage, hospitality, and heart.
That's right. Named after the passion fruit, maracuya isn't just a name, it's a feeling. It's basically just put it in my veins, people. It is magic in every pore.
Seriously, they don't just make coffee, they craft it. Each cup is like a tiny, steamy little masterpiece.
Maracuya is culture, a slow sip of sunshine, a bold hello to your day. And we are fueled by them here in the studio, and we are loving every second of it.
So get your buns down to 260 West King Street and go or visit Maracuya by Llama to taste what's brewing.
That's right. And you can also get sweet treats there.
Very good.
Yes, very good sweet treats. All right, guys, rain or drought, despair's about. Behold the cursed weather report. Good morning, sunburn survivors. Today's high is a balmy 83, which is Florida speak for hope you like sweating through your shirt before 10 a.m. Your low tonight, a refreshing 66, or what your AC bill will cry over. Humidity is hanging around like that one neighbor who just popped by. Expect 70% humidity, enough to make your hair form its own zip code. Bonus, the UV index is a spicy 9, so if you're thinking, I'll skip the sunscreen, congratulations on pre-ordering your future skin peel. Winds are out of the east-northeast, which I have no idea what that means, at a 10 mile per hour, so your patio umbrella might achieve liftoff. And yes, you're still going to get sandblasted on the beach while your kids ignore those safety flags. Allergy report, can you still hear it in my voice? Pollen is high, because of course it is. Grass, oak, and ragweed are throwing a block party in your sinuses.
Hot.
Bring your tissues, your eye drops, and the will to live. Chance of rain, 5%. Not enough to help your lawn, but just enough to frizz your bangs. Are bangs back? Did I miss
Bangs?
it? If you leave the house without checking, you're going to regret it if you wear that sweater. That's your May 5th forecast. Remember, hydrate, lather, and pretend you're enjoying it. Did you get that rain yesterday?
Yes, for 10 minutes.
It came out of nowhere.
That's what she said.
And and it blew
It was
all
done.
of. I mean that wind was intense.
It was a hot fire. Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
was like gone. Like
Yeah.
And then it was gone.
5.73 minutes.
But
and
I
then
will
goodbye.
tell you that my plants are saying, thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, we needed that.
We needed
100%.
it, but it was crazy. I mean, my backyard is full of. The girls had a heyday because it was full of pine cones.
Yes.
So they were running around picking up the pine cones, running around, and I
Throwing
was like,
them.
no, and I'm throwing them over the back
Yep.
fence.
Yep.
They're trying to eat them.
Yeah.
Emergency
It's
vet
just
visit.
everywhere.
It's great.
I thought the rain would maybe help the allergies
No.
today by dampening them down. It just kind of made them wet and moist.
Oh, don't use the M word.
Moist.
Oh, God.
And just gross. Anyway. Time for the fishing report. Lines, tangles, facts mangled. It's Meredith's fishing expert report time, Sunnies. So here's the deal, folks. The Pompano are still poking around the surf, probably wondering why it's still this windy in May. You're going to want to park your chair near Volano or the pier, toss out some sand fleas or fish bites, and try not to look shocked if you actually catch something. Meanwhile, the whiting are showing up like that cousin who never RSVP'd but always brings Tupperware. Best bet, fish the deeper troughs during incoming tide with shrimp because, of course, they're picky. Off the beach, you got those reds and the trout. They're skulking the Matanzas River flats. They're being all moody and mysterious like teenagers. Try early morning top water plugs. That sounds dirty.
Yeah, it sounds very my culture.
Where are you getting those?
This is your report, dear.
Okay.
You're the expert, Meredith.
Nothing says
Fishing
adrenaline
expert.
rush like a trout exploding under your overpriced lure.
Oh.
That's got very saucy for
Yeah.
a fishing report.
Got a little dark.
As always, check the tides, wear sunblock, and pack snacks. Fishing is 40% patience, 40% luck, and 20% pretending you know what you're doing while Googling how to tie a loop knot.
Oof.
All right, so this first story, when life gives you lemons, and also a regret to inform you letter, you turn it into cake, obviously.
Well, today's story is Let Them Eat Rejection. And we're serving it with extra frosting because high schoolers out there are coping with college rejections right now. So most Gen Z way possible, they're doing edible sarcasm.
Yeah, forget the sad playlists and silent sobbing. These kids are ordering custom cakes that say things like Harvard who and rejected but still delicious.
Oh, I love this. Honestly, it's the healthiest coping mechanism we've seen since rage cleaning your room while blasting Olivia Rodrigo. Let's break it down by the layer, right?
Who is Olivia Rodrigo?
She's a singer, Meredith.
The singer. What does she
Yeah.
sing?
Oh my God.
Don't sing it, we'll get dinged.
Vampire? Such a great
Yes.
song.
Vampire.
Yeah,
Go
she's-
in your car when you leave and put it up on
You'll
your
like
Spotify.
her. Yeah, she's a little
you will
angsty,
like her.
Yeah.
I know I've heard my daughter talk about her,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily know a song that
I think
she
she's
sings.
like this generation's, like the Gen Z version of Avril Lavigne.
Average.
Oh,
we say average Levine in my
Average
family.
Lavigne.
Okay.
Okay.
So high school seniors across the U.S. are throwing college rejection parties.
Right.
And the cake is the main event. This trend is about ordering a custom cake that celebrates where you've been rejected from. Messages include A+ pettiness like Yale didn't want me, but this cake does.
This is fantastic.
And I love this one. Stanford, I hardly knew her.
Stop. That's what
love
she
that.
said.
I know.
Oh my gosh, these cakes are being posted all over TikTok and the gram and every other place Gen Z does their emotional processing.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Snapchat. The
Oh my
Snapchat.
goodness.
That's
Yeah.
a scary one, the Snapchat.
Yeah.
I don't really care for that one. Yeah, it gets a little.
I don't have it.
I do.
I don't
But
have
the
it either.
first day that I opened it, what I will tell you about Snapchat is I didn't have the Snapchat for 5 minutes. Penis picture in my inbox.
Really?
Of course.
No,
Oh,
5
so-
minutes.
Send me that profile.
Okay, no,
my God,
I shut
stop.
the account down immediately.
Really?
Dave looks over my shoulder. He's like, "What are you looking at?" I
He's
said,
like,
"It's a
"Hey."
penis." Whose is it? I don't know.
No
He's like-
idea.
Dave's like, I didn't send you that. What are you
No,
doing?
he did not. But I'm not going to call him gentlemen,
No.
did from the interwebs.
Very nice. His
The
mom
dark
must
web.
be so proud.
Yep.
So psychologists say that this is a healthy coping mechanism and helping students process disappointment with humor. I think it's very important. I mean, most comedians are obviously one of the darkest people that we've ever met in our lives because we make fun of our insecurities and our things. But this is really kind of building this up and finding a way for them to process. I think it's very smart.
This is the best, hilarious thing ever. So now every time something goes wrong in my life, I'm totally getting a cake. Jim, get ready. We're going to have a kitchen island full of cakes.
I like
that. I like it. Because here's the thing. I'm all about self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
I do agree that it's a healthy coping mechanism. I think you should roll with the punches when it comes to that. I always say, if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So find a way to get that laugh in. But they're also sharing their acceptance letters alongside their rejections to show that no doesn't define their worth. So didn't get into Columbia, but I got sprinkles. So who's winning now? And then, they'll share their story online of where they ended up getting into. I also want to sidebar this and say college isn't for everyone. There are tech schools, trade schools, obviously community college, all sorts of programs that kids can get into if they don't want to take that 4-year route. I think there are amazing programs, whether they're technical or otherwise, lots of hair schools around here, different things for those kids who don't want to pursue a college career. That is not the end all be all. I'm a huge proponent of getting kids into the right place for them, no matter what that is.
I think our generation was a little bit different with this too. I think there was a lot of pressure for
You're going to college.
Right. Remember
right out
those
of high
days?
school.
Yeah.
At 18, I should probably not have left my parents' house yet. Let's just say.
Woo.
First semester, academic probation.
Oh, yeah.
It was so great.
We don't even want to get into mine. It's definitely a lifetime story.
Okay.
I'll have to sell the rights to that one. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to hear it sometime. I'm sure our Sunnies would as well.
I'm not quite sure you'd be sitting next to me if you heard it, so that's
Oh,
awesome.
no judgment here. I tell you what, you always have a seat next to me, Davey. But I think it's great.
Clip that. Dave, clip that, please.
I think it's great. And I also, like I said, I think no matter what you do after college, seniors that are sitting out there, don't worry. You're going to figure it out. You're not a grown-up yet. Make sure to hang with mom and dad as long as you can.
Don't rush.
Because once you're out there, you're out there.
Story.
You're going to have to get a lot of cakes made.
Meredith, I just want to sidestep real quick and ask you then, what do you think about the new trend of doing taking a year off? What's that called?
Gap year?
Gap year. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's gap it. Go ahead.
You think it's a smart
right?
idea?
Go
Yeah.
ahead. I think that it's so much pressure is put on these kids to know so people say that the first question is, where did you get into school? And then the next question is, what are you going to major in?
True.
These kids
They
have
don't
no
know.
clue who they are as people yet. They're going to change their major. They're not going to know what's going on. Look at poor JoJo Siwa.
Look at poor JoJo.
Everybody is on this girl's case.
Right.
They're like, she doesn't know who she is. She's 21.
She had no idea she's a baby.
How could she know who she is at 21?
I know.
They
Oh,
say that
this
your
kid.
brain doesn't even start finish
25.
forming until what, 24, 25? And even then I'm like, please. Maybe 30.
That's a true story.
And what I want to bring up is what look what we did to Britney.
Oh, don't.
You know what I mean? But let's not do that with our youngers now.
Bynes.
Did we not
Amanda
learn a
Bynes,
lesson? I feel really bad for her.
Yeah.
I literally look and I'm a huge Britney fan, and I'm so sad about it.
Yeah.
Because I was one of those. I said this before on the show. Free Britney, and we freed her too much. It almost seems like she needs to be reined in. That just
dancing
makes me
with
scared.
the knives.
Well-
maybe she should get a cake made that says, instead of dancing with knives on Instagram, maybe she could make a cake instead.
Way
and eat
to
the cake.
bring it full circle. Perfect.
Bring it back.
Let her eat. She's going to dance with the cake. We all know she's going to dance with the cake.
I don't care. Just put the damn knives down.
Yeah.
Not
I
safe.
think the knives are no longer. So
Yeah. All right. So BRB, ordering a cake that says didn't make prom court, still a queen. Oh, wait, that's your cake. I'm so sorry.
It's always a queen. The crown is very high. Same. Let's do the frosting with emotional labor.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Frosting a forehead or starting to resemble a topographic map. Cheeks drier than a Florida lawn in July. Yeah, it's time, boo. Let's call the Glow Squad at About Face Aesthetics. They're the skin queens on the beauty scene who make Botox, filler, lasers, and peels look less overdone and more like, oh, wow, did she just come back on vacation? Or, bitch, I just grew up like this.
Okay.
The beauty pros don't do pressure. They do head-turning, confidence-boosting. Who is she with a side of sass and serving full main character energy? If you want a fresh season arc, the Glam Squad is always on standby. You know what to do. Go to aboutface.guru and strut into your prime time era.
All right. So what do we got next, Davey?
Ooh, we're diving into a story that's more Crash Landing than Top Gun.
Okay.
What happened over the weekend was
A Cabbage Patch crash. Pilot's unplanned landing in Hastings. We were just out there filming a farmer's report.
this could have been us.
Yeah, spoiler alert. The pilot's okay. The cabbage, not so much.
Oh my gosh. The incident occurred on Saturday afternoon, which was May 3rd, in a cabbage field, like we said this, near Hastings. A single engine plane had a specific model details that have not been disclosed.
Right. So it looks like emergency responders, St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, Fire and Rescue, and the Florida Highway Patrol responded to the scene.
Nice.
The plane crashed in the cabbage field, causing damage to the crops.
Dang it.
But no reported injuries on the ground, which is great.
That
Could
is
you
good.
imagine
No.
crashing into this cabbage patch in Hastings and walking out? Well, not walking. I think he did have to go get checked out for minor injuries,
True.
but no major injuries were sustained. You can't say the same for the cabbage, so those farmers are going to have their hands full out there.
I know it's still an active investigation, so we will report a little bit more once we know. But yeah, this was a little bit of a crazy moment.
Yeah, the FAA is involved. They're going to figure out why the plane crashed, but authorities remind pilots to conduct thorough pre-flight checks to ensure safety. I'd say
That's
so.
nice. Yeah, definitely.
say so.
Definitely.
So
yeah.
wait, does that mean they made a lot of coleslaw with that cabbage because it already got shredded?
Thank you for turning it into a sunny
You're
day.
welcome.
The
I'll be here all morning.
propellers chopped that up, ready to
Yes.
serve. I'm just glad he's okay.
Yeah, true
Yes.
story.
So that is a wrap on our aerial adventure. Remember, folks, always check your flight plan for those unexpected produce.
Yeah, keep your feet on the ground and your eyes on the skies, or at least on the cabbage fields.
Yeah,
Ooh.
all right. Time for your Gen Z report, people. Slay or nay, Sunnies. Here's what Gen Z's got to say, and we're just trying to keep up. The word of the day is mid,
Oh, I know this one.
meaning average, unimpressive, or mediocre.
Yeah.
So it's like room temp coffee or your attempts to use slang. Example that they give is, Mom, this dinner is kind of mid.
No, they didn't say that about hamburger soup, did they?
Oh, that wasn't yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday I did chicken Caesar salad.
Okay.
Oh,
Was that a
Hamburger.
winner?
did they like it?
Yeah, what did they eat? Did they like?
So Brian ate it, loved it, said the chicken was good. I enjoyed it. Dave ate super late because he was out running errands. Sophia never left her room to come and eat
Was
it.
she sleeping again?
Wow.
No, she was studying for finals
Oh.
because finals are coming up for all of these high schoolers. So she never came out of her room. I don't know if she ate anything at all. I knocked on the door, but I heard a hissing sound.
Oh, so stay away.
So I did not go in.
Oh, you're not allowed to just open the door like my mom was. She
Well,
didn't.
I give a cautionary knock,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll turn the knob. But the hissing was
Yeah.
overpowering.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
not.
I'm not
So I just said,
doing
you
that.
know what? You're 16. If you don't want to eat, don't eat. I
Yeah.
don't give a rat's ass.
Susan made the egregious mistake of opening the door at the wrong
OMG.
time. I was just shredding paper.
Yeah. Is that what they call it these days?
I don't think so.
I don't think Gen Z calls it that.
No,
Let's
I don't think
and
so.
don't
That's what we
Urban
called it,
Dictionary
yeah.
shredding paper.
I don't need a
think
Gen
we
or a
need to
Z.
know.
I definitely, yeah.
Okay. Farmer's
Yikes.
Almanac, people. Moons in bloom, tides in tune. Sunnies, here's your daily dose of the Farmer's Platoon. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
Olé!
The day when Americans honor Mexico's 1862 victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla by doing what? Consuming copious amounts of tacos and margaritas. Because nothing says historical commemoration like tequila-fueled fiestas.
Give me one margarita.
Oh, you know I know her.
Oh, no way!
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
we
my
gotta-
friend.
Oh, we got to interview. Oh,
That's my
please.
girl. She's hilarious.
She's one of my favorites.
I could only, yeah, she is phenomenal. I absolutely
All
love
right,
her.
so
Angel.
wait.
when's she coming on the show?
My
Let's
girl
do it.
Angel. I can ask her. I
Let's
can
do
ask.
it.
that.
She's pretty famous now. She's
That's
pretty
okay,
famous.
though.
Give me two margaritas.
Yeah,
I
you
love
know
it.
what she's
Yes.
gonna open.
That's
She's gonna
so
the
amazing.
all the doors are open
Yeah.
with the margaritas. So be careful what you open and who you open them for. The moon is in a waxing gibbous phase at 60.9% illumination. It's a perfect time to plant above ground crops, according to the lunar gardening enthusiasts, because as we all know, the moon's gravitational pull is the ultimate green thumb. Advice of the day, place pennyroyal or tansy leaves in your pet's bedding to deter fleas, because nothing says I care like turning your pet's bed into a herbal apothecary. Apothecary? Apothecary?
Just
All I think of is Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David, home hint, avoid leaving a pile of decomposed manure on your garden unless you plan to spread it immediately.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to stink like shit,
Yep.
and it'll get so nitrogen rich that it'll either make your plants bloom like crazy or burn them to the ground.
True story. Yep.
Word of the day is windbag.
Oh, wow.
Somebody who talks incessantly about uninteresting topics, not to be confused with your chatty neighbor who insists on sharing every detail of their cat's diet. That is what we call a sad windbag.
Oh, thanks for
my
the clarification.
All right,
Here's
what do we
the
got?
puzzle of the day. What did Cinderella say when her photographs didn't arrive? Someday my prince will come.
No.
That's terrible,
A
Dave.
pun so old it probably predates digital cameras on that
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
No, thank
whose
you.
birthday?
Soren Kierkegaard, a philosopher who pondered the meaning of existence. I don't understand why. Karl Marx, there he is, not related to Richard, a philosopher who envisioned a classless society which remains as elusive as ever. James Beard, we know that, bro. Chief chef, who made cooking a respectable profession. Will Arnett, actor
Love him.
known for his deep voice and comedic timing, and the sweet queen Adele, singer who turned heartbreak into chart-topping hits. I got to see Adele before she was famous in Brooklyn. She was
Nice.
freaking amazing, larger than life, and it was awesome to see her career.
Did she do anything acoustic?
Yeah, it was all acoustic.
Was
And
it?
it was one
I
spotlight
figured.
on
I
the
figured.
stage, and
That's the
she.
In some probably like hole in the wall.
Oh, it was a hole in the wall,
Yeah,
and it
love
was
it.
like butter. She was incredible, amazing. Fingernails out to here. Attitude was fierce. She was awesome.
All
yeah,
right.
she is totally. a
And
queen.
it's my little sister's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday,
birthday.
Tiffany! I
Yes,
love that.
it's her
Well, we can
birthday.
take her all aboard on the Old Town Trolley for fun facts and some seriously scenic views. It's time to ride the iconic Old Town Trolley. Ding, ding. This isn't just a ride. It's full-on transformation. One loop, and you're suddenly that person pointing out landmarks, laughing at history jokes, and knowing where to get the best local eats. With expert guides, unlimited hop-on and hop-off access, and stops all over the must-sees from the Castillo de San Marcos to the Fountain of Youth. This is the best way to explore the nation's oldest city without breaking a sweat or a parking rule. So grab your seat, your camera, and maybe a sweet treat because Old Town Trolley is ready to roll. We'll be heading there this week. I'm so excited for you to meet the cast. They're an incredible crew. St. Augustine, where every ride comes with a story, a smile, and a side of sunshine, boo.
All right. So up next, So what do you do when the person behind you on a flight turns into a toddler with anger issues and zero boundaries?
Say my name, say my seat name.
Oh.
If you're Michelle Williams, you post about it and let the internet judge accordingly.
So Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams, just had a whole dramatic episode at
Stop it. Stop
35,000 feet after a fellow passenger treated her seat like a trampoline, and yes, the entitlement was fully upright and locked.
No one stepped in. No apology was given. Michelle was left praying for turbulence to knock some manners into row 18. Let's unpack the flight foolishness right here.
Okay.
Michelle Williams was on the commercial flight recently when things got real ghetto, as she diplomatically put it. This was in quotes. The passenger behind her kicked and pushed her seat repeatedly as if trying to unlock a bonus level in a game that no one asked to play.
Yeah, so apparently when Michelle turned around to address it, probably politely asking him to stop,
She is the nice one, yeah.
the passenger snapped back with attitude instead of an apology.
Rude.
She kept it calm and classy, but made it very clear that she was not in the mood for this type of drama.
For Williams' sake, she did not name the airline, but safe to say that they're not getting a Destiny's Child reunion booking anytime soon. She posted a video story on Instagram recounting the drama, complete with her signature poise and subtle Reed energy.
So she delivered some pure gold saying, I had to lean into Jesus and my neck pillow.
Lord.
Why did everybody,
She-
they bring Jesus into it? Like
Well,
Jesus,
because-
You need
I know, but
him, especially
Jesus,
at 35,000
sometimes he's
feet.
busy. So
Well,
we need
Jesus
to-
is the reason for the season, honey. So
Yes.
that's what we always pray.
That's
Okay, she
you.
admits she was shaken but unbothered and still somehow managed to radiate grace.
Celebrity not being recognized, which makes this even worse that some commenters were roasting her. Yeah, I don't like
Look,
that.
this has happened to me.
all the ways, all the plane
Tell
ways.
me.
I have flown quite a bit with touring and doing different events or hosting or emceeing or whatever. And I had a flight where the guy behind me kicked the seat, kneed the seat the entire time. So the whole
Yep.
time I was just moving around. It was the absolute worst.
Yeah.
And I did ask him to stop.
How do you do that?
I said, I think your knee is hitting the back of my seat. And he's like, where do you want me to put my legs?
Oh,
And I wanted
yeah.
to say up your ass, which I don't know if that's possible.
Was he tall like me, 6'4"?
He was a tall guy,
Should
and
book
so
a
part of
seat
me.
with more leg room. They have
Not
those.
easy.
They have
I'm
them.
sticking up for tall people here.
Okay, but here's the thing: you don't have to keep pushing, especially once you know that you're
Aggravated
bothering the
yeah.
person in front of you. It's one thing if a kid, you know how the kids will go in between the seats and they'll make faces and they'll poke and they're like, okay, it's a kid.
Fine.
You're a grown up. Keep your knees to yourself.
But then what? Then you get pissed if we man spread. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Tell me, what are we supposed to do?
Get it. Pay
Sit
more
still.
to get the seat with the more leg room.
Pay
oh yeah,
more.
sit
Pay
in,
more.
sit in an
Great.
emergency. Sit in the exit row.
Yeah, take an exit. They ask
There's
who's-
nobody in front of you there.
And then they ask who's willing to sit in an exit row.
So,
and you
yeah,
could raise
right,
your hand.
exactly. Well, you're lucky if you get them these days, honestly. So, yeah, that's true. That is
Listen.
always my first to go to. Is
Just
the
don't
exit.
kick the seat. Like,
Just don't kick
calm
the
down.
seat.
Don't look at me. I get private jet. So I'm
Okay,
fine.
private jet.
Yeah. Okay. Real Housewife. Wait. The lower what do we call ourselves?
Lower,
The show?
lower economic
Oh.
value
Lower economic.
housewives. Yeah.
Lower middle
Housewives.
class.
That's
Yes.
it. Yes.
Yeah,
God bless.
housewives.
Show.
So next time someone kicks your seat, don't call Meredith. Just channel Michelle. Calm shade, classy clapbacks, and post it where Wi-Fi lives forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no problem with her talking about it. I respect that she did not mention the airline
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
because she was like, it's not their fault.
and she's
that
not
this-
looking for a freebie.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's not like this a-hole, was like a Delta or a
True.
whatever rep.
Right,
But do you
right.
think that the guy noticed it was her and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my 5
I don't know if
seconds of
she's the
fame."
one that's never recognized.
Yeah.
I'm like the Michelle Williams to Tiffany Jenkins when we were out. People are always like, "Oh my God, it's Tiffany," and they're like, "You're her friend, right?" It's like, yeah.
You're like,
Well,
yeah.
shout out to Amber in comments. Her son is 6'5" and 18 and always has the same problem with the knees.
It's the
Tall
knees.
people appreciation, baby. I love it.
All right, so if you were planning a casual barefoot beach stroll through Atlantic Beach, you might want to pump the brakes unless you're cool with playing tag with rabid coyotes.
Welcome to Coyotes, Rabies, and Beach Walks. Nature said no ho. The headline screams,
Aggressive.
wildlife is officially over, people.
Yeah, they're over us, I guess. A coyote tested positive for rabies near Seminole Road, which means we're officially in do not pet the wild animal mode, even if they look friendly. No coyotes look friendly.
The rabies,
Stay away.
yeah, the rabies alert is active till late June. So go ahead, cancel your Disney princess routine where birds land on you and coyotes sing backup. Let's dig into this furry fiasco.
So we talked about last week the woman who was walking her dog
Remember?
and
Yeah.
her friend had to pull a coyote off of her arm.
Geez, she's probably in hot water right now.
Well, I
She's
mean,
10K in the hole. We know that, right?
well, if she, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I didn't see a specific update to her story, but I'm assuming preemptively she was given rabies
True,
shot.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Which is super unfortunate in general because not only are they super painful, but the price tag that's
Expensive.
associated. But this animal was taken in and tested. I'm not saying it's the one that bit her. We don't have proof of that, but clearly the coyotes are out, they're rabid, and you need to be careful.
I mean, I would suggest everybody go buy some bear spray if you're going to be walking your animals
Like
because that's the
foghorn-
one
air
way.
horns.
air
Wah,
horns,
wah.
or
Yeah,
I think
something.
noise, yeah.
Oof, this
But my
is a hot
question
mess.
is, with all the building, okay, so yes, coyotes and all this, but there's so many things that are being built and the environment is getting destroyed. So where are they supposed to go? We're like tearing their homes apart.
I have a question. Do we really have coyotes here, or is this just a randomly displaced
Meredith had one in her
No.
yard, she says.
Well, that was in South Florida, but we absolutely have coyotes.
Yeah,
we
we
do?
have
I didn't
them.
know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not
Coyotes,
from here.
bobcats, all things that
cats.
want to eat pets. So keep your pets on a leash. Vaccinate your pets.
Yeah.
The
And your
health
husband.
department is warning folks not to feed wild animals, which is a huge problem down in Southwest Florida because people are constantly feeding
Oh,
alligators.
what are you doing, Becky? No. Put that in the. No, don't be feeding people or the animals.
No, don't feed the animals.
Come on.
If you see an animal that is acting strange, meaning a raccoon out during the day,
I love how you say that.
if you see a really scraggly looking dog not on a leash, that's probably a coyote. They do want you to report aggressive or strange behavior to animal control.
Yeah.
And you may notice an increase in coyote sightings is what they're saying right now.
I did notice that the city does not have a curfew for wildlife, but I'm saying give this some time, right?
Okay, so you think that they should give the animals a
Yeah.
curfew, Davey?
Yeah, maybe.
all
yeah.
animals go home by 8 p.m.
Isn't there like a synapse or a button that we could hit?
No,
Like,
I don't. No,
No,
I don't
they'll
think
block
so.
'em all
Just
or
keep your
no?
cats inside the house.
Not a
yeah,
thing.
God bless.
And dogs.
Not a thing.
Ooh, snatch your cat back.
All right, so we have enough rabbit energy without the coyotes in Duval County. So please stay safe and keep your pets on a leash.
It's so important when you're going through a transition like that to communicate what is most important when you're looking for your new space. So for some people, it's the features of the home, but for a lot of people, it's so much more than that. It's the features of the neighbors or the community, or whether it's an HOA or a non-HOA. There's a lot of, moving parts to that type of transition.
Up next, the story that made us want to wrap our kids in bubble wrap and ban wheels permanently.
Ugh, strap on your helmets for the e-bike ER visit. And spoiler, this one's got 0 laughs and 100% wake-up call, everybody.
Yep, a St. John's dad is sharing his son's terrifying e-bike accident, and let's just say it's not the kind of 2 wheels good, 4 wheels bad story that we were expecting.
Turns out these electric bikes go way faster than anyone's common sense, especially when helmets are optional and curbs become villains. Let's roll into it, Boo.
Okay, so here's the thing. You guys are going to see me get super, super, super spicy about this right now because I do not think that e-bikes should be legal for anybody under 16 to drive. I also don't believe that they should, I do believe that they should have a helmet law, a requirement. I also believe in a motorcycle helmet law, which is not a thing in Florida. But any electric vehicle, and I'm saying vehicle and not e-bike, that goes 28 miles per hour, I do not think a teenager that's not a registered driver and does not have a helmet on should be riding it at all, period.
So break this down for people like myself that don't really know much about the e-bike culture. You're saying that these youngsters are getting on these, like, basically motorcycles.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what they're doing?
They go almost as fast as those scooters you see going on US 1. Like,
Right.
It's bad, no bueno, bad news bears.
So this is a 14-year-old boy from St. Johns County. He suffered a traumatic brain injury while riding an e-bike without a helmet. He was standing on the bike, 1 foot on the handlebars, 1 foot on the seat of the bike, going at almost 30 miles an hour when he flipped and hit headfirst into the pavement.
Oh, my God.
There is currently no helmet law in Florida for e-bikes, and the bikes themselves are often purchased online with no safety oversight. It is insane to me that kids, people in general, whether you're a kid or not, are out there on these bikes driving at this speed. I mean, your head is basically an egg on a toothpick, and you're out there riding around. The father did report that he, of course, as any parent would say to their kid, told him to wear his helmet, repeatedly telling him to wear his helmet. The kid did not wear the helmet, and the boy ended up in the hospital. They had to induce a coma to take the brain swelling down. He did wake up, hug his family on Wednesday, hug the nursing staff. There was some pictures of him talking. They said these are all good signs for his recovery. So we are sending prayers to that family, obviously. But as a parent, I believe that legislation should go to the state requiring a helmet law for e-bikes, and I do think that it should be 16 and older. I think you should have to have a license. This is not a bicycle. This is a vehicle, if you ask me.
So let me give you a little bit of a less spicier energy that I can give you a little bit of reassurance. Our great sheriff of St. Johns County, which is Sheriff Rob Hardwick, went to and did some legislation for golf carts.
Yes.
So that was a big deal. So obviously he's going to be turning some energy onto this hot topic and trying to see if we can get some change, because that's what makes our community so unique, is that we are leaders with things like this, and we will change the tide on something like this to make our community safer. You look at micro communities like Nocatee, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
big golf cart community.
Yeah, a lot of mobile things that are happening. So I really think that we're going to dive into this, and we can invite Sheriff Hardwick on and have a chat about this, because I really think this is something we need to dive into and examine.
So how about this? These kids are going on YouTube, right? You can pull up videos on how to modify your e-bike for it to go faster.
No way.
Yeah, because they
That's
do the
new
same thing with
thing.
the golf carts. They do the exact same thing with the golf carts, and then they go too fast. And you have to think, there's no doors. There's no true windshield. These golf carts that they soup up, or these four-wheelers or whatever, to me, this is just, I told my kids have asked so many times for e-bikes. And the answer was always no, it's not. It goes too fast. It's not safe. So maybe we should rethink giving a 14-year-old an e-bike that goes 28 miles an hour and no helmet requirement.
Well, the modified ones can go up to 40.
That's crazy.
Just saying.
That's
That's
insane.
crazy. or at very least make you you don't want to leave the driveway without a helmet, and a non-negotiable family policy right next to your favorite, don't microwave metal.
Yeah. So stay safe. The father did state that he is sharing this story to make sure that other parents are aware of how serious these injuries are with the e-bike. So we appreciate that he is sharing the story. We do hope the best for this kid's recovery, and I do hope that it is a lesson to a lot of parents and teens and kids on their e-bikes to wear your helmet.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's segue into, some people collect stamps.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about maybe vintage lunch
Yeah,
boxes.
that's
I love
fun.
the metal ones. I used to
Yep.
have a Charlie Brown one. Well, this guy collects venomous snake bites, like Pokemon,
Only
but
Florida.
with fangs.
Here we go
I know.
again.
Here we
Florida
go.
national embarrassment.
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
today's story is called Bite Me, I'm Immune, because one Florida man said, you know what sounds fun? Let's let deadly reptiles chew on me until I can't die from it.
Oh my God. Spoiler alert. He's not just doing this for attention. Apparently, his science experiment from the backwoods might actually help develop next-gen antivenom.
Okay, let's see.
All right, here we go. What's going on?
So Tim Freed, a Wisconsin native turned Florida man, because of course has been injecting himself with snake venom since the 90s.
Oh
3
my God.
decades of reptile roulette.
This is crazy.
I hate snakes.
He's been bitten over 200 times by venomous snakes, including black mambas, cobras, and rattlesnakes.
Oh my
No
gosh.
word yet whether he glows in the dark, right? Ugh.
Okay, so he calls this a self-immunization experiment. He started it taking the snakes into his kitchen, which is exactly where somebody would go to work on neurotoxins, allowed the snakes to bite him.
This is crazy.
And he claims now that his blood is basically walking anti-venom, and he could produce a universal treatment for venomous snake bites. Let's just say he's saying this. I don't know that scientists are saying it as a fact yet.
Right, yet.
Okay.
The University of Copenhagen are now analyzing his blood and antibodies for potential global anti-venom use.
He's died nearly at least twice,
Jesus.
including one incident where his arm swelled like a balloon, and he coded in the ER.
Wow.
So maybe he should probably stop this after school extracurricular activity.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Find a new hobby, maybe knitting. I'm gonna say I don't know.
So people on YouTube are saying this reminds me of My Strange Addiction meets Jackass.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Definitely.
Absolutely.
He lives with over 200 snakes and treats them like co-workers. Very bitey, hissy co-workers, apparently.
He's never been paid for this. He just
Obviously.
really, really loves venom.
Wow.
His story raises big questions. How far would you go to help others? And
Not
is your
that
blood
far.
cool enough to go viral?
Oh my goodness, what a
Oh my God, no.
story.
Let's
I don't
move it
know.
on.
Nothing screams revolutionary medical breakthrough like a guy in a garage full of black mambas and cobras and optimism.
This
right?
is giving me heebie-jeebies. Let's
I don't know.
cruise past. Oh my God.
Starting to sweat. Honestly,
Yeah. I
if this
am.
man's blood ever ends up saving lives, I'm going to need every biotech
God.
company to rethink their hiring process.
I do
right?
want to know, though, what that university in Copenhagen has to say about his blood when they're done analyzing it.
Yeah,
because
we got to follow up.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, there's a real potential for that because your body builds up immunity, so that has to
Okay.
be in your blood. So
Yeah.
if he has been bitten over
Oh.
what did it say?
200
times.
times. Yes.
He's been
So
doing
what?
it
Each
since the
snake got a
90s.
turn.
Yeah,
he's
each
got
snake.
200 snakes.
He's like,
Yeah.
hey guys,
He's
let's
like,
go.
all right, Jack, it's your turn. I'm
Wow.
gonna need you to hop on. Okay, give me a little a little bite.
And out.
Like, come on, get out of here.
God's sakes. I just
Okay.
need a little bit more vitamin D after that one.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
right.
You got this a wrong kind of snake, Davey. That is not the snake we were talking about, Davey.
Let me talk about a natural salon. This is Panache, a full body exhale, head to toe glow up, where their carefully curated team of beauty professionals aren't just trained, they're obsessed with exceeding your expectations. That's the absolute truth. The space is elegant, the energy is elite, and the results, let's just say, compliments will always be incoming.
Yeah, Panache is proud to align with the clean, conscious beauty mission of Aveda, bringing you top-tier products, treatments, and sustainable glam with a side of high fashion flair. Go get your posh on, and you get those frozen, like, cold balls on your face.
That's fun. So get panache.com and get with it, boo.
That's right. All right, guys, you can text the word Sunny to 904-227-4422 so you can stay connected to all things Sunny St. John.
And we've got to give a big shout out to where you can find Sunny St. John's. You got the Instagram at sunnyst.johns. The Facebook is all one word, Sunny St. John's. And the TikTok at sunny.st.johns. Check them out, babes.
All right, and special shout out to all of our sponsors that made today's show possible. Let's keep St. John sunny and support local business. STA Labs, Bailey Group, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39, About Face, and Panache.
And Great Expectations Realty and Auction, Flashes and Brilliance, and Spicy over at the Spice and Tea Exchange, Epic Behavioral Healthcare, Emma Concert Association.
All right, and don't forget,
It's always sunny in
St.
St.
John's.
John's.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
Set those alarms, babe.